Good evening, everyone. I'm inspired by an Irish woman and her video posts on YouTube about her permaculture garden on her 3 acres in Ireland that she rescued from dereliction. And so I've decided to do more video of my garden. It's going to be an incredibly beautiful sunset today, but I'm not going to be around to film then. So I thought I would do it now. It was a really hot day, unseasonably hot, but it's going to cool down. It's just kind of a one-off. But I can't see if you can see the flag flying, because I can't see the screen. Oh yeah, you can see that. So I'm just standing at the flagpole by the oak tree, looking out at the ocean across my lower garden and the pub. And there's my pedestrian gate, and my mailbox is just on the other side of the Cecile Bruner roses. Excuse me while I cough. This is my persimmon tree. Sorry about the coughing. So, and here is a Cleveland sage, Salvia clevelandi, and there's some secret roses there, and first prize. And here's another Cleveland sage, and here's the berries and cream climbing rose. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That's a solar lamppost, by the way, where the solar gave out on it. And so we hung solar fairy lights on it, so it still gives light. So, and then this is the Fever Many forest. Fever Few is what it's really called, but I have so many of them that I call it Fever Many. And there's many more Fever Few over here on this side. This is my house and my porch. Over there's my porch bed. And this is the native California honeysuckle. Just doing great things there. And on the other side of the fence, there's a slope down to the street. And on the one side of the fence are pollinator attractors, and on the inside of the fence are roses and herbs. And that's one of my Ellen lavenders, which I've told that story many times. I'll tell it another day. There's my fig tree coming back after being pruned to death. Here's my fountain. There's me. Hi. And this brickwork that I'm walking on now is new today. My helper, and I do need to give a shout out to the help. I don't do this alone. Unlike that lovely woman in Ireland who does her work all by herself, except for a helper that came to do a building project once in her 16 years. I've had help all 20 of my years. There's a stand of California poppies. There's one of my tea pots. That's a pot planted with tea plants. And then there's one of my raised beds with tomatoes that I got from Dan Canoe at the Vista Garden Club after the plant sale was canceled because of COVID. There's my front door. And these are my hollyhocks. And this is my pomegranate. And it's really pomegranating. It's just like covered in future pomegranates. It's just amazing. It's also full of solar fairy lights. So at night this lights up. So that around the fountain's 6 years old or so. and I love it to death. It's wonderful, and that's where the frogs hang out. But it's just been dirt around it, and now it's got this lovely supporting patio of brick. It's just beautiful. So, and then there's roses on the fence, roses in the garden, scented geraniums. This, dear friends, happens to be a sentimental, spelled like scent aroma, sentimental, and it is the best rose. Of course, it's been a very hot day at the end of the day, so all these flowers are gonna bust by tomorrow, but the fragrance, oh man, wish you could smell me. So this is my kaffir lime, and you eat the leaves, use the leaves like bay leaves in soups and things, and the fruit is extremely bitter. I'm trying to make a cocktail bitters out of it, and I've been working on it. And then this is more raised bed tomatoes, except that this tomato right here is the porch invader and not what's planted, the tomatoes that are planted in the beds. So porch invader, what is that? So I always throw old tomatoes off my porch, and every year, or most years, something sprouts, and that year, whatever sprouts that year is called porch invader because it invades the porch. Here we go. We're going to go around up onto the porch so that you can see. I wish you guys could smell this, but that's star jasmine going up my post there, and it smells like my childhood. That's what Encinitas smelled like when I was a kid. That's the back side of the hollyhock teapot, and that's the bed of tomatoes, and this is the other raised bed of tomatoes. But what you see invading the porch is growing in between. It's part of what I threw off the porch. So we'll just keep going here to the end before I sign off. There's my barbecue, and I have one more raised bed that I'm going to be planting, but I haven't planted it yet. This is my little sun porch. My mom is on the other side of that window, and this is my mint the best bed, and that's my vitex, one of my vitex trees. There's another one. There's acacia, knife acacia. Oh, there's lizard. And then these are the many of the roses. They've all bloomed out right now. And this is my church spire. Of course, my friend on Instagram, Cal Simmons, had to go and put in 2 of the most glorious church spires in his garden and made my puny one look pretty ridiculous. But that's okay. As church spires go, that's fine. This is my Twinkle Purple lavender, and it is my favorite lavender next to sweet Lavandula heterophylla. But this, oh, that is so good. Twinkle Purple is this growing along in here. And then this is the Rose of California. Rosa California, and these are bay laurel. There's my lemon verbena, and one of my rosemaries, my pink lemonade lemon, my Ilex wilsoni, my California holly. I believe that is the holly that Hollywood is named for, but I might be wrong about that. So that is the second bloom this season of Julia Child, and behind there is Eden climber and some Attilahaw poppies. And then there's some sweet surrender peeking out underneath this Vitex. And there you go. That's just a little bit of my garden. And I was inspired to do this, and I'll try and do it again because of Colette O'Neill of Bealtaine is the way I read it, but she pronounces it Bealtaine Cottage in Ireland. So if you do a Google search, she has a blog and she has a YouTube channel, and it's pretty spectacular. So there you go. And just gonna end on a hollyhock. Everybody be well, stay safe, and God bless you.